Welcome to Wildcat Sports Update. I'm your host, Jim Boyle, and in studio today I have three of our four captains of our Wilmington High School Fall 2024 football team. With me today, I've got Colin Allard, I've got Connor Lovell, and I've got Gus Lambert. So I welcome you guys in. Great to have you in. And I know we are missing Noah Mattin, so we'll give him a shout out later on. He's sick, and he got hurt in the last game, which we did win. And I have to say a shout out to Gus. He had like 193 yards. So let's go right around the room. We're going to start with you, Colin. Who you are, what positions you play, how long you played varsity football?
So I'm Colin Allard. I play receiver, safety, punter, and like kicker almost. I've been playing varsity for 2 years, and then I was on the team for 3 years. And that's it.
Mr. Lovell?
I'm Connor Lovell. I'm a senior. I've been playing varsity for 3 years. I've been playing for 3 years.
Okay. Gus?
Gus Lambert. I play linebacker and running back. I've been on varsity for 2 years, and I played for 3.
Okay, that's perfect. So one of the reasons you're in here is you're three captains. You got elected captains by the coach of the team or however it worked out. So I'm going to start with you, Gus. How do you see your role as a captain?
I feel like I'm a very vocal leader, like in huddles, on the sideline, after plays, whatever. And also just like leading by example, always giving 100%.
Okay, Connor next. How do you see your role as a captain?
Vocal.
You being the only senior, by the way.
I think I'm more of a lead by example, but I'm vocal. I show the kids how to do like reps, and they do them.
Okay, good. And
I'm probably I'm like vocal. I'm pretty vocal, and I try to make sure the team is fun and like we all stay together as a team.
okay, now as captains, I just want to bring up Connor hurt himself bad about 5 games into the season, was it? As captains, how did you handle that? Connor, we'll go with you last. We're going to start with you, Colin. How did you handle the team with regards to losing their captain, one of the star players?
Well, yeah, Connor was the best player on the team, so obviously that's a tough one.
100%.
And playing the same position as him, it was kind of he was out those 2 weeks. He wasn't showing he couldn't go to practice, so obviously I think me, Gus, and Noah kind of realized we had to step up, and Connor was a great leader, so we kind of all. And then there's other people on the team who stepped up. So.
Gus,
Yeah, we had a bunch of people step up.
you want to name some people? Be good.
Timmy Watson.
Timmy Watson, definitely. Pasquale, just a lot of good leaders.
Good.
Dwyer at the beginning of the year, just big player.
Good.
Um,
So how did you handle losing Connor just as a teammate? How about that?
Prayers were sent. We took off practice that one day, and then we were right back out there trying to motivate the team to keep going, moving forward.
Okay. Now, Connor, your senior year, you're being looked at by some schools. Not sure. First of all, what was your first thought when it happened, and how did you recover? And it looked like you're doing good for recovering. How did you lead without playing on the field?
Got to be more vocal.
Okay. So how do you feel? What was your initial thought process when it all happened?
Something was messed up bad.
Okay.
I looked down, couldn't see my foot.
Okay, and were
Gross.
you? So it was bad.
Yeah, it was pretty
So
bad.
then,
Couldn't see my
so
foot.
did you?
Bone was almost poking out, Jim.
Okay, hey, that's what we talk about. It's I understand. So how did you overcome the fact you were going to lose your senior season? You might lose some of your basketball season. Mentally, how did you handle that, or did you have people helping you?
Handled it pretty well mentally. Stayed positive. Played a lot of Fortnite and Minecraft.
Okay, and how's your rehab going?
Very good. Been
Just
recovering
walking.
quick. Walking pretty quick. Hopefully get out there for at least half the basketball season.
And then the whole baseball season.
Oh, yeah.
That's all that counts right now.
Stay chip on the clock, Jim.
Yeah, we would hope we can do that. We have a lot of good talent. We're focusing on football now. Colin, you guys are all members. AD Dennis Ingram has a captain's council. You guys are all members of that. You've all gone to that. Just why don't you give me, what have you learned from captains? This is going to be hard on you, Gus, because you're the third one to go, so we're going to go right around the room. What have you been
I'll
to the
say-
council meetings? What have you learned?
I won't steal Gus's thunder because in the morning there's always a question with the captain's council. So shout out Gus, but me and him both got that question right, and we get free merch. So it's kind
What
of
was
cool.
the question?
Mine was what was a learning dip. So it's when
So what is a learning dip?
what is a learning dip? It's when an athlete or a student, they'll do bad on something, and in the process of them doing bad, they'll also learn. So after they dip, they'll also grow and exceed
Okay,
their previous.
good. Connor, now I know you're going to be a 3-sport captain this year, so this is your first sport fall. What did you learn this fall, and what are you going to take with you as you help to train our captains going forward?
Learned how to be a good leader and what bagel they get from Bagel World. Shout out Dennis Ingram for the bagels.
And what are you going to, as you go in baseball and basketball, what are you going to take? What are you going to take with you that help everyone else?
Leadership skills.
Okay.
Me and Balt will lead the way.
All right. And Gus, you're last but not least. What's something you learned, and what did you? First of all, you won merch, I hear, because you answered the question right.
Yeah.
What was the question?
Well, that one, this isn't the one this wasn't the question, but
forget it. Let's do the one you've learned most from them.
I learned mostly that if like you're mentally prepared and you have a mentally like good attitude, that you'll perform better physically.
Okay.
So like before games, just like let everyone know we got this game or we got this play. Like I'll say like we're gonna to the line, we're gonna break a run off today. Stay on your blocks.
Okay, and what is the question that he asked that you got the free merch? Because I know he asked one question a session, I think, and you get free. So what is that one question you answered correctly?
Remember?
He doesn't remember.
Elephant
it.
one.
I think it was
The
so
rope.
it's about an elephant that's tied to a little stake in the ground and a rope, and he stays there, like when the guy goes like inside whatever, because since he was a young elephant, he was tied up.
And he couldn't move it, so now he's a big elephant. He doesn't realize.
Yeah.
He can, like,
So he just
Big elephant.
that's just how he learned.
So as he gets bigger, he can't move it. So he's stuck in the mindset that I can't move.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes,
Mindset,
it is.
right?
Yes.
Exactly
There you
what it is.
There we go.
I've
That's why
only
he's
had,
coach,
I've
yes.
only had
That's
like
it.
7 or 8 captains in, so I've heard that story a couple of times. That's a
Yeah.
great story. We're going to stick with you, Gus, as a captain. Team dinners and bus rides. I'm going to start off with you on team dinners. What do you get from them? What do you get as a player and as a captain? What are you getting from a team dinner?
Team dinner's all about like just like hanging out with the team and like just getting close together. It's not really about football at all. It's kind of just being together.
Okay.
And then on the bus,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go.
On the bus, I think it's different for me than a lot of people. I don't really like talk too much on the bus. I usually just listen to music and like get ready like personally for the game.
Okay. The question
We
is
get
who
there, especially in a longer
you
one.
play music. Somebody have a boombox on the bus, or is that not allowed by the coach?
We did.
We did at the beginning, but
Died or something.
It died, yeah.
Okay. Story of our season, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Connor, you're next. Captain's dinners. What did you get out of them, and what was your favorite captain's dinner?
Team dinners is more about like having
Team
fun, team bonding. Yeah. And then the bus ride's about like locking in for the game, being motivated. And best thing about the team dinners, besides the food, obviously, I say cornhole, beating him.
Never beat me.
That's Cap.
I don't
Me and
lose.
Lala beat you last year, bro.
Me and Lawler just didn't lose last year.
Gus
Me and him
is
beat you.
Gus is going to be the arbiter here. What do you got? Did he beat him or not?
Who was the champion last
I'm not
year?
sure.
Me and Lala beat
Who
you.
was the champion last year?
Lawler and him were last year. But I beat Colin this year.
Yeah, because I
Okay.
don't have my partner.
All right. So, what was your team dinner? What was your favorite meal? If you had to pick one.
What a good one.
Look
Oh,
at
Kyle's barbecue. That was the best food.
Kyle's barbecue. Okay,
His dad, John, makes great brisket and pulled pork.
good. I'll have to remember that one if they invite me over to the house after baseball season. Colin, you're next. Team dinners. What team dinners? What do you get out of it? And you've done a lot of them because you've played for 3 years. And what was your favorite one
Like just this year, right, in football?
this year? Just this year, football.
Well, we'll start off team dinners. Just for like we kind of just make sure we have fun. I think it's kind of that's all what it's all about. It's a game at the end of the day, and we're all a big family, so try to have fun. On the bus ride, I'm not gonna lie. I have like a different way of preparing for a game than a lot of the other guys. I feel like I'd say I have a little bit more like I don't do well if I like stress out before a game.
He watches a lot of TikTok
I watch,
before the game
like,
and Instagram reels.
Very loud too.
Very loud.
Okay, like
Boy, shout out to the TikTok reels, very loud.
No,
Okay,
but
keep going. We'll
but like I watch them and like obviously, and then once the game starts, I lock in. But I think I just make sure I have fun, and like if I get too stressed out about it, I don't think I'll play as well. And then best team dinner. It might be Cushing's because we got to play wiffle ball after. That was pretty cool.
I was gonna say.
It seems like the food isn't as much an issue as just how much fun you're having with
The
team.
food,
Is
like-
that correct?
The food's
Yeah,
good, but
the
like
food's good.
like I wouldn't mind if it was just like a pasta dinner like
Yeah.
it used to be. Wouldn't mind at all.
Like in hockey, like I feel like they're simple, but we still have so much fun.
All right, perfect. Switching to we're going to switch track to this season. I know it was a rough season. I know we had our first win last week, which is good. But I just want to ask you. You said something about a captain had to get everybody ready to get into the game. All right. So your roles, the three of you, the two of you who played, and then Connor before. How did you continue to motivate our team as the season is? It's a tough to not win. How did you motivate them, Gus? What was your take on that?
Just every practice getting a little bit better. Like everyone was like a new player this year, basically, like starting. It's like we had to get them experience, and just that starts with like working hard at practice, and then it'll come in the game. Just keep saying that wins are coming.
Okay, Connor?
Keeping people's head up. Like after we'd lose, we go back to the high school, walk by people, and lift their heads up, tell them to stay positive.
Okay, and Colin?
I think we all realized we had a chance in every game we played. Like obviously some of the scores weren't what we wanted them to be, but like it kind of just came down to like we just had to by the end of the day but I feel like by now like defensively especially like we're really starting to like trust each other and like trusting in the scheme and like the process. With a lot of us being like young, like we had two defensive starters probably returned from the end of last year.
Okay, so it was a challenge.
But it wasn't skill. It was just like we were all very young. We were very junior heavy, and I think as people started to figure out like positions and like a lot of people playing new spots, so I think that also just played a factor in it. We just had to kind of develop that chemistry in the. Our defense last year was very tight knit, and then I feel like we're starting to come to that right now, like getting excited during practice and making big plays.
As much as it pains me to say this, that's a really good answer, Colin. That's a really well thought out answer. It's good for a coach to hear it. It's good for our parents and your other team is here that you knew where you were and you tried to get better and focused on that. So notables, people play on the team. You all play both. Both of you have played both ways. So Colin, why don't you take defensive players who you want to shout out to that are notable?
Defensive. Well, I think first one. Me being a DB, last year we had all seniors, and then our two corners played the whole year, Fabo and Tiago.
Yeah.
And I think with our corners coming in, we didn't really know what we'd have, especially with Cam Pereira getting hurt early in the season. It was kind of like a question mark, and who was going to play safety. And I think, like, obviously, someone who's played phenomenal, at least in my opinion, is Jacob. Jacob stepped in that safety spot, and especially now, like...
Jacob McCauley, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
He started, like... last year I made a lot of like I would make most of the calls, but this year like it's a lot easier for me now to focus on like my job because Jacob has helped me like with some of those defensive calls and like the checks and stuff on motions. And then obviously I think Cam Gray coming back, that was massive for the DBs. And I think
Who are their DBs
it's like
played?
And then Aiden Bellevue who played last year as a freshman. And I think he's just a phenomenal athlete. And then like Timmy Watson, Luke Cushing, Gabriel had a phenomenal game last game. I think everyone defensively has had like their moments, and they're all just. I think it was pretty much the only problem we had on defense was just trusting the scheme, and I feel like now that we're finally doing that, we can be a very good defense.
All right, Connor, the wide receiver core. What do we got? I know you got hurt. You were counted on. I remember the Chelmsford game. We caught a 75-yard touchdown pass early, and then we lost that. So who on the receiver core? I know that Colin's one of them, but who do you shout out? Who do you want to mention that has really stepped up for us?
Cam Gray, he's like the Edelman of our team. He stepped in, he wasn't starting, and he went right in. And for his first game starting, made a catch against Bishop Fenwick, and he got a first down. I think he'll be huge next year, playing the slot.
Okay, and then who were the other? Colin was a receiver.
Colin, shout out Marv too, sneaky on the sideline. He's too nonchalant; they don't even notice him on defense. I think
true.
he's caught almost every ball thrown to him too.
And that's Marvin's Gene, right?
Yeah, that's Marvin's
Gene. And then tight end was
Pat DeLucia.
One and only.
One and only Pasquale, right? All right, I'm going to give you the running backs, linebackers, and offensive line. You get that fun stuff to try to shout out.
All right, linebackers, especially now, like we've had so many people with linebackers. Bell tried linebacker for a week. He did Melrose. Timmy was at line for a while. He's back now. Love that.
Scary kid.
At nickel, we've tried Josiah, Dwyer, and I think we found our guy, Luke DeProfio, at nickel. He's been doing really good, especially in practice too.
And who do you share running back to? He's with?
I think the running back group is very we have a lot of depth. Like me and Bellevue, obviously, like we split carries basically. We got a lot of yards, and then even going down to Dwyer, like if me and Bell both got hurt one game, I think Dwyer could hold his own, do his job, and pick up that
Medford. Shifty Dwyer.
Shifty Dwyer with no style.
He did in Medford. We won.
Yes, I had Colin in baseball, so I understand.
He's a character.
He's very much a character. I know it was a long year. I know you play against Middlesex League and injuries happen. What are you? I want to go through. Start with you, Colin. What's the challenges of playing in the Middlesex Freedom with schools that are actually bigger than us? What do you think are challenges, and how do we mitigate that?
I think obviously they're bigger schools, but I would never say a team that we play is straight up just better than us. I think we can compete in the Middlesex. I think it's all about just we got to do our job, and obviously, we haven't won the Middlesex, but we've been competitive. Like last year, we were competitive in football, and then I think in a lot of other sports, we were very competitive in the Middlesex. Obviously, it's a tough league. Like, we know every Middlesex game is going to be a tough one, and everyone's going to go out there and fly around, but I think I enjoy playing in Harder League. I don't think I'd want cakewalks every week.
Okay. And then, Connor, since you were injured, I'm going to ask you about the injury question. We had a lot of people banged up all year long. Was the training room crowded? And how you, since you were out for the year, how do you motivate or get these guys who were injured, getting like Timmy Watson hurt his finger, and people were dropping like flies. How did you use your injury to help them feel better about where they were and get them back?
Just had to keep them motivated. Like if their injury wasn't too bad, just tell them to keep their head up. They'll get through it quick. Like Timmy's already back. Gabe's playing through an injury. So many people have been playing through injuries. Yeah, the training room's been crowded though.
And I'll give you a chance to shout out the trainer, Tom Nye, as I call him, Tom Nye, the training guy. What's his impact on helping you guys get through these injuries, Gus?
Yeah, he's there every day to tape everyone, give ice, send them to PT, get them back as quick as possible. Also, he's a lax coach, so.
Oh, sure. We got 2 lax players. I'm lucky to have 2 lax players in this, and 1 baseball player, so it's a 2-2 episode. So I don't think it's no unfairness for us, Connor. Next thing I want to ask all 3 of you, and I've asked everyone who sat here, as you know, because you've been around, I am JV or assistant baseball coach at the high school. So as a high school athlete, Gus, I'm going to start with you. What advice would you give a high school coach, not specifically me or Coach Turner, but what advice would you give a high school coach from a high school athlete?
I'd say giving your team time to kind of bond is a big thing. Also not just I get yelling at people, telling them to get better and stuff like that, but also sympathizing with them, actually teaching them.
Okay. Guess what, Connor, you're next. What would you tell a coach? Now I've coached. Just a caveat here. I did coach Connor for 2 years. We had a great time, but just pretend you're not telling me. Just a general high school coach.
I would encourage them to off-season development, get the kids ready for varsity.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
Okay, Connor. Thank you, Colin.
Make sure everyone on the team is still having fun with the game. At the end of the day, it's a game, so just make sure everyone's having fun with it.
Okay, sticking with you. What's one thing you learned from Coach Turner, Colin?
How to be tough. I think when I was younger, especially my freshman year, I wasn't a very tough kid. And he would get on me for that and he'd yell at me, and at the time I'd get really mad. But I understand it now, and it's made me a better player in all 3 of my sports.
Okay, Connor, what's one thing you learned from Coach Turner?
How to be gritty, playing through everything. Nagging injury, just get through it.
Gus, what's one thing you learned from Coach Turner?
Yeah, I'd say grit. My freshman year, I had a couple injuries, and I think he saw that, and that's why took me a little bit to get to a spot. So yeah, playing through injuries.
And I know we have a small school size and we have small numbers we're not putting 100 people in pads every week. So if I'm the parent of a 6th grade student thinking about playing tackle football at the high school, Gus, what advice would you tell me or the boy? What your experiences have been?
So fun. It's for fall, it's your entire life basically. You, even outside of football, you hang out with your friends in football, and just walking around school, you talk to your football friends at lunch, whatever.
Okay, and Connor, what would you tell him?
I would definitely say just that football experience with school. It's all fall, just like Gus said.
What would you tell the parent?
Tell the parent.
Parent says to you, I'm afraid he's going to get concussed or whatever. What do you tell the parent? Or hurt? I love putting you on the spot, by the way.
Say they're going to have a lot of fun, even if they do that.
Okay.
We got ice.
We got ice.
Spoken like a true football player. Mr. Allard?
Well, I'd say to the kid, there's kind of nothing like it. Especially at Wilmington, the Friday night, that atmosphere when you finally get to be able to play, even on the sidelines, it's a crazy experience. Gus had 4 touchdowns last week. There's probably when you score, you get goosebumps.
It's awesome.
It's a crazy experience. And then to the parent, I could just say look at when I came in as a freshman, I was 120 pounds.
And now what? You're 125.
Still is 120 pounds.
Now I'm like 150, 160. And I was fine. You know, you're gonna get bumps and bruises, but you get bumps and bruises in life.
Okay, good answers. And I get to the fun part of the program where I get to ask you the individual questions. We're going to go right around. Colin first, Connor second. Poor Gus, you get to go last after they answer all the questions. But you've been doing good over that. Like I said, if we haven't shouted out Gus, I had to shout him out one more time. He had a big game last week and probably tell me about it as we go forward. We're going to start with you, Colin. First question is, former teammate or present teammate that you learned the most from?
I can't.
Oh,
I gotta think.
He's got to think. See, this is where you benefit.
Football teammate?
Football for now, yeah.
For football, I would say Ali Abukal because we didn't play. We played very different positions. I think you could tell, but he would always like kind of. He was mean to me in like a good way. Like he would like if I messed up, like I would hear it, and it kind of just made me work harder. And like what he went through with his family and stuff, like I couldn't even imagine. So I understand, like, and he was always positive, always had fun with the game, and always made me smile when I was mad. So
excellent. What's one thing you learn on the field that you've taken to the classroom? You can take to in the classroom.
Just working hard, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah,
That's fine. I'm going to ask you the question next year when you come back, or when I get you whatever next sport you're
you
going
get
to
me
be
in the
captain.
spring.
Spring, I'll get you again. Do you watch yourself on WCTV?
When they send me it on like Instagram. But yeah, like if they send me if they tag me in a reel, I'll watch that.
Okay. Have you watched a game? Watch your game. Have you watched when we do the game? Full
Oh
game?
yeah, like on film.
Yeah.
No, I usually watch it on Huddle.
Huddle.
Yeah.
You don't like the announcer,
Well,
probably, right?
yeah, the announcer's super annoying, and it's just so easy because like it's
Yeah.
like broken up play by play.
That's true. That's true. I can't do that here.
And I can sort by passes, so I can skip all of Gus's run plays. So
Okay.
I
Other
don't care about
sports or activities you do at the high school?
it. I play hockey, and then I am a lacrosse captain.
All right. What's your favorite moment this year and all-time football so far?
Oh, football.
Yeah.
So my favorite moment this year in football, probably. I'm trying to think. What was a cool moment we had this year? Maybe no man. Oh.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, against North Reading, I scored a touchdown early in the game to tie the game, so that was pretty cool.
All-time football.
All-time football one. Oh,
Cool.
beating Burlington freshman year. I mean sophomore year.
Okay. Do you have a favorite athlete or football role model?
I don't know, not really. Like football one's tougher for me because I didn't get into football till
Okay.
later.
Is there any athlete that you say that if somebody says, who's your favorite
Favorite athlete, Cal McCarr in hockey.
Okay, good. What number do you wear and why?
Should I say like my actual number?
What number do you wear on football?
I wear number 4 in football because they don't have number 13.
Why would you wear 13?
Because that's what I've wore since.
Okay. People and or coaches you want to credit or have influenced you to get to this point?
Obviously my mom and dad. They've helped me through a lot. My sister. She's kind of pushed me, and then
Any coaches that you have come up?
we'll do a different one. We'll do Sean Turner, defensive coach on football. He kind of was the guy who gave me the first chance on varsity last year, and he gets we get on each other's nerves a little bit, but I think it's all love at the end of the day.
Okay, and since you're a junior, what are you going to look forward to for next year?
Winning games.
Okay. If we did a walk-up song when you walked it, what would your walk-up song be?
Many Men by 50 Cent.
oh mine.
You can say the same thing. So we're going to do Connor. You're next. Connor's, like I said, the only senior we have, so it'll be a little different. The end questions. Former teammate you learned the most from?
Dempsey Murphy.
Any reason why?
Grit. He's been through a lot, and he lets it all out on the field.
Okay, perfect. What have you learned on the field that you can translate to the classroom?
I'd say probably teamwork.
Okay.
How to bring that to the classroom. Get stuff done.
Right. And do you watch yourself on WCTV?
Only if they send it to me on Instagram.
You guys aren't searching me out and stuff?
Shout out the all boils down to this podcast.
Or the 2021 state championship team. I've watched that a couple times.
Okay. We don't need to butter me up here. You know that. What number do you wear and why?
I wear 2 because my birthday is the 2nd. But I wore it in baseball first time because Bogarts.
Good. There
Yeah.
you go. See, There's always something. Other sports activities you do at the high school?
Basketball. I'm basketball captain and baseball captain. And then I'm on the DECA leadership board. I think these boys
Yeah, we're
part of
DECA.
DECA.
Oh, you forgot DECA.
No, do it.
Yeah, I'm on what is it? Deca gang.
He's been on a DECA gang for a while. Favorite moment football this year, which not many because you got hurt. How about just your all-time favorite moment?
All-time favorite moment, Burlington, that whole game after when we won.
Connor had a
ran over
legacy
to the-
game. Legacy
legacy
game.
What
game.
happened in the game for you?
Got a touchdown. It's my first game back. Like 3 catches. It was a really good game.
140 yards.
Okay. Favorite athlete and or role model cannot be Trevor Bauer.
Jalen Brown.
Jalen Brown. Okay, good.
His I don't give a mentality.
I like that idea. Coaches and or people you want to credit and people who have influenced you to get here.
Say you definitely motivated me a lot, especially freshman year. Hey,
It all boils down to that.
You go.
Matt McManus. So I like what he's all about.
Okay.
Past 2 years, definitely.
And influencers for you. Who's influenced you? Anybody?
Player or coach?
Doesn't have to be play. Could be a person. Could be your grandfather.
Ooh. Yeah, probably my parents.
Okay, perfect.
Dad.
Right. What walk-up song would you use?
What was my baseball one?
How am I supposed to do what your baseball one is? That's my baseball one. I don't know what your
I'm
baseball.
trying to think.
Josie's on a vacation.
Oh, yeah, I know that one.
What's it called? Come on.
Yeah, we'll have to start singing it. We'll think about it.
Yeah, I forget the name.
Yeah,
I don't know how I'm
okay.
blanking on that now.
All right.
You're gonna copyright, bro.
I'm trying to think of it.
Yeah, I'll get banged on YouTube for this for copyright purposes.
Vocals are so good.
We'll get it. We'll get it.
Oh,
What are you going to miss the most about football? Moving
scoring
on.
touchdowns
High school
on Friday
football,
nights
Right?
with the boys.
And then what's the future hold for my good friend Connor Lovell?
Who knows?
Are you doing college? You going to trade school?
Oh,
You
yeah,
going to join
college.
the union? College? Have you picked one yet?
No, but
Sure, your
hopefully-
parents would like to know that.
Yeah, hopefully away from here, mom and dad.
Okay.
Sorry.
And you are still, so you got hurt. I know. Are you still being recruited?
Yeah, I'm still looking into that a little bit.
Okay, good. All right, Gus, you are our last of the famous contestants. I won't mix them up just to screw you up. Former teammate or that really influenced you the most?
I'd say Dempsey and Sconey, same positions, and they're just all power and grit. But also my brother.
So
Like as
Dempsey
example.
Murphy, Nick Iasconi, you said?
Yes.
And your brother's Clyde.
Yes.
Mr. 405.
What have you learned on the field that you can translate into the classroom?
Yeah, I'd say like hard work and determination, just like getting everything done.
Do you watch yourself on WCTV?
Yeah, like the reels.
The reels?
Mostly just
Especially
reels.
this week. You probably watched it a billion times. You probably burned that out, right?
Burlington, that was my favorite reel.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then other sports activities you do at the high school?
Oh yeah, DECA. And then sports, hockey and lax.
Shout out
Me
Miss
and Gus are-
Dunlap.
Me and Gus are together.
You
All
got
3 seasons.
Hockey and Lex, that's good. Favorite athlete or role model?
Athlete? Oh, it doesn't have to be athlete.
No, it can be any role model.
I'd say role model, probably Clyde,
Okay,
like
good.
in the classroom and on the field. He just yeah, even in lax too. He got so much better at the end of the year. He just worked at it.
And Clyde graduated last year.
Yes.
Right? And where's Clyde right now?
Providence College now.
How's he doing?
Very good.
That's good to hear. It's a good role. I'm glad that your brother's a role model. That's a really good thing for people like me to hear. Number you wear and why?
I wear number 22. It's not like a big reason, but when I was in 8th grade, I played line. So coming into freshman year, I wanted to be a running back. So I was like, what's a running back number? I was like, Christian McCaffrey, 22.
I know you scored 4 touchdowns. Favorite moment this year and of all time?
This year, I'd say after that first winning and being able to like sing the song that we had to learn. Like,
Oh, I forgot about that. Low-key my favorite moment.
that's a good moment.
The,
like
the double sessions. Remember those?
Yeah,
we all did
learning
it
that,
before.
yeah, and singing it. Oh, that's good.
All right. Influencers or people you want to credit. You've already credited Clyde. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Coaches or people who've got you here?
So I'll do my parents, obviously, of course, everything they do, all parents really, but also coaches, ST on defense and offense. He's always like my indie coach, like my position coach.
Okay.
And then DeLucia this year, Coach DeLucia, I think he really helped me this year.
Okay, so you're not going to graduate. So what are you looking forward to for going into next year as a football player?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to wins. They're coming.
Okay, I
We've
like
worked
that.
too hard.
And that walk-up song?
Like Metallica. I'd say like Fuel or something. I did for my reel. I did Kickstart My Heart.
Okay,
I thought that was good.
excellent. I do know Connor's just put his hand up. I think he's got the name of the song. So
Pretty sure it's
I'm going to let
Your
you.
Love, the outfield.
Yeah, it
Oh,
is.
there you
Yeah,
go. Good.
yeah,
We got your love. That's like the funny part is like Metallica and the outfield song. Those are songs I know. Like I have
Good.
people in here I don't know the song. Say I don't know what was your song
Into the
Many
Thick.
Men,
by who?
50 Cent.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that one. Too old for that one. That's what it boils down to. I'm just too old. Got that one in on you guys.
Self-shout.
All right, so
Shout out, Jack.
we're at my favorite part of the show. You get to give a shout out to anybody you want. I'm going to set it up for you. I'm going to say, Gus, when I give you, you're going to shout out here. Two friends in the middle of the two C's. You're going to shout it right there. Gus, I'm going to start with you. When I
Which is
point-
someone on the team?
shout out whoever you want.
No,
Whoever
don't.
you want.
Please don't steal mine.
Whoever you want.
I have
Just
such
go.
a good one.
Just remember, you miss
Oh, no,
somebody.
I know what
if
you're
you
doing.
miss somebody, they'll come back and haunt you. Right there. Shout out.
One person.
Anybody. A million. I don't care.
Oh, all
Give
right.
me a couple. I'll stop if you're going too long.
All right, I'd say Pat DeLucia. He's been put in so many spots on defense, and he's worked all year. And then on offense, of course, he's nasty. He's got good hands. And then Timmy Watson. I'm so happy he's back. So much grit on defense, especially. It's good to have someone I can rely on to like get cut back and whatever. And my definitely my parents too, of course.
Oh, no.
Good,
All right. I
good.
need you to say something else.
Okay, next we've got Connor Lovell, our only senior. You get to give a shout out straight into that camera right there.
Shout out Justin Aberly, Ian Pedraza, Dean Champa.
So the boys.
Oh yeah, there's got to be some more. I just had him. I lost him.
Okay, how about anybody else other than that? Do you have a dog? Do you have a mom? Do you have a dad? Do you have a
Oh.
sister? Do you have a brother?
Trevor Bauer, Jim.
Everybody,
Throwback.
anybody else? That's a little bit
Oh, yeah,
serious.
and then my parents.
Yeah, because your dad's going to see this and say, Mr. Boy, what did you do to him? Connor, you're done. Colin, you're next.
Obviously my parents, and then shout out like my stretching line. My boy, so we'll go in order. My boy Marv, shout you out, boy. My boy, who's next in line? Oh, C. Gray, receiver duo type. Obviously Chinny, QB1. Toe Mater, live in the flesh. Tall, if you know, you know. And then Josiah,
Just like
just
Okay,
Josiah.
good. All right, so that's great.
Hold on. One more.
Oh, we've got another shout out for Gus.
I'm really upset I missed this the first time, but my entire line.
I really appreciate you guys coming on. I have Colin Allard. I got Connor Lovell. And I got Gus Lambert over here. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. For Wildcat Sports Update, I'm your host, Jim Boyle, and we'll see you on down the road.